very important stories here say now this evening the news came out to say Boahen trial, AG withdraws charges against third accused Mildred Donko as she offers to testify for prosecution against the former NSB boss. Remember, Omwa Sebio na Omo Ejina Court no, including a year Boahen no, nomye nipa beye e 9. Abayua we your friend Mildred Donko no mo kai say ono ena excuse me time asem de baye Boahen asem de baye na Ojina Court e defending ho a o ka say eye ne lawyer atachia abon opamo atachia wo court no ha sa abayua no ende ono ankasa abekacha attorney general say onim say waye bone onim say Boahen mo use no amomo di bone onim say sebio omo dwirim de ye ka dwirim a sebio oka ho ene siye na emom no because open the fan hodie and I said the fan hodie no eye ni prison obekọ no ye bete so ama nti ono ebedi adanse a kire se eye Boahen sebio owia oman sika ode eye kotikwan so ene bo oman ne kro no intendem no ka say Mildred Donko na o defend ne ho say ombo kro no onye hwe no ende o sits eye attorney general no oba beka attorney general team no ho aka edi no kre edi nse amagana fo hu say sebio de course no eye Boahen no na onim hu bi ye fra bibi eye prosecution eye de she has offered herself to be a witness eye attorney general no ebe den ebe use no ede aden a prosecute eye den eye Boahen inti at least it is a step, it is progress. People who are parts of the corruption omwa omni Boahen ebo krono a ye nyina ye de omu nyina akogina efia court a ye toto omano no ebi astarte kasa dabi se mekwa akoda we fiase ama Boahen de se mekwa akodam ma Boahen sika we wia ode betwitwa no ho ana se sebio mekwa akoja menyire ene memba wo fie na makwa wo jail de ende meka no kra ewum no enti omo a sebio omo ni Boahen ebo krono no omo astarte esesa omano se ende omo beka no kra no na Ghana mra no sebio asotwe bia de bebo omo no yago asotwe dum enti Boahen eye matese ochina sebio eye asem no ebefra no court enti eye madam e friend Mildred Donko o se ende no sebio se opesa okamane da one eye attorney general na eye dwuma bom obeboa attorney general ama Boahen ene omo amaka a omo wi Ghana sika no sebio yebehu nokura ewom na omo so sebio e wo se asotwe ede mo no ye de amomo enti sande oti eye news we ababontene a oti news we ababontene a eye one of the suspects no omo say anasa accused eye persons no omo say omo ni attorney general ebe hwenkwan abom na nokura ewum bia omaka we and I was actually say the attorney general is working. When you are able to flip a very critical suspect in a very high profile case to say, then it means you are really getting somewhere. It is not easy for somebody who has stolen and kept the money to themselves to just come out and say, me pesa me kano kureno na me hotome na sebio obie hu de course. It is not easy. You need investigators, interrogators who are wise, intelligent enough to let the person na yebusa the question at say she or he cannot take the fall for somebody, because you can see clearly say omo boss akro no we a eye Boahen ka ho no, majority of them are omo imagine say omo be di atro e di abo ekufo Boahen no omo nyina no omo refi omo ho say Boahen no we wie sike gu a obetumi e di agina court be 20 years. Yes, na omo no aya no mo refi omo ho say Boahen no ono ena sika no ni mukase no ekọ ne ho enti say omo agimi na so meka say ye de ye bebu Boahen e ma Boahen ko jail a omo be ko jail na Boahen so ko jail. You see, when it comes to political prosecution, it is not easy. And nobody should underestimate a political prosecution. Say, obi aban adwuma na odi aban sika na wudini kojina quarter. Say a Fred Boahen, also tia say, Obia na oye juma wo Edu Boahen office wo bia krata ne fan in Semubiano, Sani Pano, I was say Sebio investigation no ekokano. So it is not a day or it is not a month's work. It is a juma, a tedious. You need to be very tactical in prosecuting such a person. Because one, you need to understand, say, ansa krata metuni nimno, na omo oni omo di dinkomo aplan se omobobo sa akrono no. It has been well planned. It is a way to make obia or involved. Udi Edu Boahen bejina court for 10 years. Na on share da enya what will pin him down. But if you are able to get the people who have been accused of working with Edu Boahen to steal from Asa, it makes it easy for you to pin down the kingpin. And in this case, Edu Boahen is the alpha male. Or the kingpin na sikani nyina ko sin in sem. Inti, we should not underestimate the work of the Attorney General. It is tough. Sometimes we feel that he's being slow. And somebody, that the way the Attorney General sometimes, the case is slow to us. But can you blame the Attorney General? You cannot blame the Attorney General because you, the same person, you don't want the Attorney General to fail. You, the same person, you don't want the Attorney General to go to court and lose the case. So the Attorney General also needs to make sure, for you to have that trust in him, he needs to diligently do his job. And he needs to make sure, so when you say prosecute, he needs to win. And all this comes with time, duration. It comes with being very tactical, taking your time to make sure, say, when you're prosecuting now, you have to go in and win. You don't have to say, chances are 50-50. Then it's better you don't even go in. I believe that the Attorney General can do better. The Attorney General can do more. The Attorney General can basically force to fast track some of the cases. That one day I agree. But we also need to understand and say, they are not stupid. Somebody who can steal over 500 million Ghana cedis is not stupid. So be a Benjuma now to me we are 50 million Ghana cedis, $10 million. Don't underestimate Sanipano or your Kromfua, why your Kronona check, wabo Kronona check. It is not easy to steal government money. And sometimes people think that it is easy. It is not easy. It is almost obia we are buying sika. Don't underestimate the intelligence of that criminal. Because onim dia all year ediye sikana or the bekatanichi. Nobody will steal from the government without knowing say obetimia kavanichi. For you to go after such people, you need to understand say obia all protecting biano, you are able to nullify the person before you can hang that person. And so every time we can just say, oh, a bicycle we are the former obwa. Because you need to be extraordinary, smart, and a criminal to be able to steal from government. And we should not just see them say, oh, we are bicycle. For somebody to work at National Service Bureau, National Signal Bureau, somebody to be on the top there, knowing IT, knowing how to move figures around, knowing how to block signals, knowing how to shut down networks. When that person decides to steal, you need people who are more intelligent than that person to be able to prosecute and win against the person. So let us not underestimate this. In they did not just create a hole and to steal the money. They created holes, stole the money, and sealed the holes. You are the one who is supposed to find the holes that have been sealed to make sure, say, aha, now this is for Johnny. Aha, now we're sealing now, we're painting, aha, and a second fire. And I will tell the Attorney General to be quick in some of the prosecutions. We believe some of the prosecutions are supposed to be faster. Some of the prosecutions are not supposed to be, we are not supposed to waste time on them. Some of the prosecutions are not supposed to last more than 6 months in court. They need to be quick. They need to be effective. Some of the prosecutions, we understand, if it's going to take time, that is fine. But some are supposed to be quick, fast. And this is my advice to the Attorney General. You are not supposed to be pleasing anybody. You are supposed to be doing the job. Now, there's another story here. And it's got to do with a nurse for. Now, the health minister, Mr. Akando, and I can say, so far, I've seen a few ministers But it looks like Akando has been working. Let's put everything aside. Osha health sector no, one of the sectors are NPP for a lot of burden power. For 8 years, the NPP did not retool any hospital in Ghana. For 8 years, they did not build any new hospital in Ghana. For 8 years, they did not equip any regional or teaching hospital. They didn't do anything like that. Into also to say, for 8 good years, we have our health sector stuck. Senior Jan 2016, no, the health sector sat there for 8 years without having or getting any upgrade. It's when government changes, that's a buying for Froba say now. The burden is on the new minister in charge of health to make sure say, South face now, your health sector, he or she has been able to change it. So when you sit back, you can see say there is a lot of pressure on the health sector or on the health ministry, because majority of the facilities around the nation, the nurses who were denied their employment, the arrears, like it looked like say a health minister, you know, Agyapong we no benum ne George no benum ye. Agyapong cannot walk anywhere and say from 2017 to 2024 hospital we changed this hospital space. We re-equipped it 100%. We built on to mean Kebi. It is like 8 years now NDC health sector no hono. It has deteriorated another 8 years, and they have to pick it from there. For 8 years, NPP for Jaguar Manesa Proye. So if you are the health minister today, you need money to revive Afari. You need money to revive Sewia. You need money to rebuild La General Hospital. Mete say Jimmy te say Okoboy, Wakobi fan club be say he is going to give the health minister pressure to build hospitals and build facilities. Kwasia Okoboy nkrania boa. Your health minister and Okobu General Hospital to go ye. Okoboy Jimmy for me in the co school. Me in the co persec. Okoboy onyini jamio. He is so dumb and foolish. Politics mu ade a mama nya position of politics no okuta Rebecca Kufuado bag e Jubilee House. You have been the health minister oye nkrani Okoboy. You got the opportunity to serve your people in the Greater Accra region. You led the Achims and the Ashantis to break down a general hospital. Kwasia went man to block NC hospital no. Ufri power 6 months waba say opese NC hospital uyo giant. And these are the people, sometimes they get us pissed off and we insult them because school no answer. Now let's delve into this matter. The health minister has made a statement, and a very important statement. Or say, and I quote, if we don't act now, we could have about 180,000 trained health professionals sitting at home by 2028. Now, he expressed concern over the growing backlog of qualified health workers awaiting posting and employment. Osese ya by 2028, nurse for ombe school ababetina fia yentumi form adwuma, aban entumi form adwuma, normal be 180,000. Why? Because aban needs to make sure say backlog ne guona MPP aban ejagu wona oban form adwuma no. Now, pressure is on the government to employ the backlog. Now remember, aban ne epesika Ediafa omo ayan for 8 years no. Na new group of nurses so ewie school a omo so eba betena fie. And they say yanhwe ya by 2028 omo makọ nursing school omo wi a omo be 180,000 no mo nyina fie, because that backlog that was created into once end every 2 weeks dey nya nurse for bi enam Ghana say omo ye demonstration yan for omo adwuma 2021 for 2022 for 2023 for. All these people are supposed to be employed. And when they say they are supposed to be employed, it means they are all supposed to be paid. Now, there are nurses and health professionals. Yeah, for about 2-3 years, the government that left power did not pay their arrears. And all these people are on the sidelines also trying to get their money. This is the same government that is supposed to take money budget in the health ministry. So, on Fanya Hospital. On to equipment, on for upgrade. The same health ministry sikano, I was say Osai be editia a backlog for salary. Osadi be efadipa na otioboka. So you can see say the problem that has been created by Ekufuado Bawumia in the last 8 years, it is not something that we can use 4 years to deal with. We can try to solve it. And in the process of solving the problem, we are going to encounter a lot of bigger problems. Now, every day, I believe it's about time the government of Ghana stopped employing nurses. It is not the duty of the government to employ nurses. Imagine, the government of Ghana, I can say, we are also going to go the American way. Abino is not going to employ any nurse. The government is going to work with private entities that have qualified nurses. The reason why in Tia, Amanfobi or Ghana, Omu nursing school, they cannot do anything. So it's because the courses they offer here, there is no competition. So the nursing for now nursing school, they offer basic nursing courses. They cannot offer any advanced courses out of the basic nursing now. Inti majority of nurses for you produce basic nurses. So they still need to upgrade on specific qualification before they can be given a specific job to do. And it's our study. Nurses graduate to Ghana no, general nurses. They don't have any special skill, another special thing be almost a different job to do. Now, what the government should do, and what I believe will help, we need to have reliable, accredited companies, institutions that will absorb nurses at the end of their graduation. Now, the government will have to now find these institutions and contract them to provide the government with nurses. Now, the government has to pay these nurses through these institutions or private companies. Now, when the government nurses through a private company, what is going to happen? And say nurse be ye juma or Rich Hospital. It is going to go against that company that hired the nurse. Meaning, if 10 nurses here more rich, no money for Kevin Taylor a nursing school a company and a form one. Nurse ya pamo that Kevin Taylor nursing company accreditation value no be conform. These companies are mobile absorbed nurses they are renting a buying for the buying to pay the nurses through them. They will make sure they are giving the government the highest quality. Nurses are they are bringing them as technically expatriates in Ghana. Nurse be ye juma. Na say at the end of the day, assessing nurse na say nurse baby free ba no. O company nurse nya papa. O company no the license na at the end of the day. These companies will try everything possible to hire nurses who are hungry, who are ready to serve, who are qualified to serve. And it will bring competition because these agencies will be able to absorb the nurses and give them different training now. Sebio radiology near nurse for these companies will be forced to even give their nurses those trainings. Now, what we are doing in Ghana right now, and they say, nurses could not pass out. Absorb the government of Ghana. It does not matter who becomes the president and who is the party in government. No government can absorb all nurses in Ghana. It can never happen. And we are creating unemployment with this strategy which isn't working. It's about time. A man say, so nursing school and just automatically buying before. Who nursing school, grade there are companies sitting and waiting. Group when we first class. I need these ones. They are smart. Because check your grades, when it comes to communication, we're good. When it comes to this, we're good. I need this. So the companies will be fighting for nurses who qualify, nurses who are basically the products they want. Now, these companies, some person are buying a bigger contract. That's are buying 200 nurses from her and 1,000 nurses from her. These companies will be forced to put together institutions and not schools. Bema nurses, another training a regular nursing school, So in this case, these respective companies will also be competing among each other. They will be giving the nurses more extra education. Skill the regular nursing school will not give them. And that is what we need to adapt. Because if we don't do that, and we make it look like, so we are nursing school, we are going to destroy more lives than to create opportunities for people. And every time we are you have backlog of nurses. And the Sagana Ninas etu kwan kwa bruchira yentumi fa nya hwe. I'm being honest with you. Mumusa omo. Ya fa nya hwe because on see anything apart from basic nursing. And in nursing, and as in the health sector, you need to have some extra skill. And there are a lot of equipment you should be able to handle. There are a lot of courses in Ghana we don't offer. And the moment you allow international companies aban betumi o ma yedwuma aban betumi age necessary from there will be competition. These institutions and our private institutions, they will build health facilities with other equipment. Nurses, other skill. They will upgrade them. Into the they want to be the agency. The government is willing to work with them. Into one agency, I buy 10,000 nurses. All because there are nurses from this agency almost radiology. Almost aka regular nurse no. But this same institution be in Ghana almost for regular nurses now. Abain to me if you say almost skill near limited. This is the only way the government can shed this problem. Because it is looking like say I was saying at the end of the day, you found as nurses. It's not going to be possible. And we need to be critical about this. It's about time we open this up. It's about time your private institutions absorb nurses in the sobi or nursing school na adwene say automatically me nursing school aban also from adwuma na adwene nyina say me nursing school no na me graduate here me pese me ko Kevin Taylor the institution we mu because omo the one omo ye well known two omo somehow some extra skill bia and then aban very interested in employing their people. It is aban employ 10 nurses from this company. What is going to happen is the company that is supposed to assess the nurse. When the government writes any query about that nurse, it goes against the company. So the company will make sure say, "One nurse you don't go and misbehave." Yet is a nurse be at a TikTok. Yet is a obi bewu na nurse be all that we do is write a query to the company that employed you, and the company with that 24 hours can withdraw you. It is not a job of the government to say, we're nurses union, Ghana nurses registered. No, it is the company that has to withdraw you because the company now withdraw in 24 hours. Dear Ecosi Rage Hospital, no. Say companies, nurses no more, respective companies and companies in Abeji or more results. Say, what happened? Give me your report. That company the said, no, this nurse did not behave well. We are withdrawing our nurse. We are bringing a new one. That is how it works. But you see, these nurses are entitled. They are not working, but they want all the recognition. They want to be paid in full. That is why there's this laziness when it comes to our nurses. The nurses are supposed to work for private institutions that can fire and hire anytime. There is no fear in our nurses. The nurses are not getting any extra knowledge. These people are being trained and put in the system, and they are all waiting to be called to come and work in the hospitals. The government cannot absorb them. In some way, we need to take it seriously. It is not a joke. If we think that a government can come and absorb all nurses there and they abort them, it will never happen. It will never happen. If we like, let us try this as a pilot for Ghana. Most nurses come to school and come to our private institution because one, me be a private institution in Ghana. Now say me the equipment ba na regular things na mutuan no nursing school no me dey metumi radiology dey and dey kan ho abra wa register with my institution after school. When the government is looking for qualified people like that, the government will reach out to my company. Do you have 10 of these students who can operate this machine? Say, yes, we have. You will be sitting at home. They will employ that person from that company. Now, the government will pay the company your salary. So you cannot come and stand in front of the government ministry and say, we are demonstrating. Go and demonstrate at the company because they are the ones who employed you. The government pays you through the company. That is why you don't see nurses demonstrating at their hospitals in America. That is why you don't see doctors demonstrating because no government employee. It is the private agencies that have employed nurses and doctors. Let us try this. This is going to work. There will be some discipline in the system. Nurses will now be committed to their job. The sense of entitlement will be taken away. Now, we the patients too will see the changes in the attitude of our nurses. Now, we will be able to know a patient who is not respecting a nurse. We will see it clearly. Why are we forcing ourselves? Why are we destroying ourselves? There's an advice to the minister. There's an advice to the government. We cannot absorb all these people. It is never true. We can't. Let's give other agencies the opportunity. Let them come and build facilities. Let us go inspect it. Let us say you are certified to be a government agency that supply government with nurses. That's all. Your found nurses $200. If we are paid that with that, government can negotiate with this private institutions how much they want to pay a nurse. Into institution A, you treat nurse be $1 a day. Now institution B, you treat nurse $2 a day. The nurses after school, they will all want to work with institution B. So it will bring the competition. Nurses' salary will go up. Will not be the government that will decide how much a nurse is supposed to take. There will be less pressure on the government. Because the institutions, the private institutions that are absorbing the nurses, it is about what you have, the training you add. It is what the demand. The demand, we are demanding for people who can operate machines. This company has it. This company pays $10 an hour. This company, the workers, they are doing the right job. You will see that most of these nurses, there's no burden on the government. Because I'm buying for you. So I see school now, so you will get an agency to employ you, for us to employ you. If the government employs nurses, health practitioners through agencies, nobody will demonstrate in Ghana again. Who are you demonstrating against? Go to the agency office and demonstrate. Because there's a contract between the government and the agency that employed you. The agency is taking $2 million from the government. The agency is paying you $2. I don't care. The agency knows the labor law. You are not supposed to be paid below the living wage or the minimum wage. So there's a standard. But you cannot pay below the standard. At least pay above the standard. That is it. Let us try and start thinking a little bit. Because this statement from Akando is dangerous. He's the minister. He sees it. The piling and piling of nurses' backlog, it is not going to stop. Salary, they be not lucky. Say, yes, we are winning the bed now if you are buying so. There's so much money the government can use in building our health sector in a short space of time. If the government tries this, I'm on pilot to wake Akando should pilot this for just 2 years. You will see what will happen in Ghana. All these nurses are nursing school. They'll be chasing these agencies. I'm telling you. You will see. You will get nurses who are being employed by private hospitals, who are being employed by public hospitals, because it is competitive. The salary is good. Nobody is going to chase government. And a locum, and your dress, and your pet chain, and your pet watch. Those things, it is not going to be the burden of the government. Sebasa, the government can help nurses or more buying school or muchia idea to become nurses. The government help ends when you exit the school. And they say, oh, call for alawa. At that point, the government will say, okay, I can help with alawa, or I won't help with alawa. I'm going to do this rather. You can take loan. The government can help you whilst you're at the school. The moment you exit the school, you are not the responsibility of the government. You are on your own. Whatever you learned in that school, there are agencies around. You need to try and get employed for the government to hire you through that agency. Finished. This should be done. If I get the opportunity to speak to Mr. Kando, I'll tell him, Mr. Minister, try this, pilot this in our 2 regional hospitals and see. Get 2 agencies in Ghana. And let me tell you, your nurses need basic nurses. There are companies in Europe and America, more opportunity to see facilities are training nurses apart from their basic training. And Ghana, you will not see demonstration from nurse. And the nurse in the street so a demonstration there. Yento atade manishe. Yento atade manishe. Abiding to atade intimi buofu. And a working condition. Working condition. Why are you asking me working condition? The working condition. Nippon of how you mano. And also, say Nippon do hospital be. Na say hospital no. Nyoma also the jumani. You tell the person you can't work there. Take me from there. The government will be forced to fix that hospital. But you don't come and send the government, give me shirt, give me dress, give me shoes. Every day, government. Government responsibility is to give you education. When government finishes giving you education, you have to go find where to work. And government needs to create the atmosphere, the environment for that. Before I end today's show, Adebia Yapa, and it's about this. Bringing Bawumia back as flag bearer for 2028 will keep us NPP in opposition for 12 years. Kede Agyapong akasa. Or say, Ode Bawumia ebaba back biumno. He knows for a fact to say, MPP better not opposition for 12 years. And the MPP before nam say Kevin Taylor ye campaign ma Kennedy Agyapong. Me ya. Me MPP ni. And I may choose this me can no kre na kire me MPP for. Na asama Kennedy Agyapong kan yi ehfa ene ya tro. Saka Mahamudu Bawumia etumi nya a number bimpo sustaining a MPP seat or parliament in Pokeka. Anka this statement kamaka say nya no kre. But even the number of seats say Tuma Bawumia, inti Tuma MP niso. It means Bawumia back and front niya, he's not attractive. Or the no tari MP be a MP ni be luzi. And on one su jina on one su be luzi. Inti Kennedy Agyapong has a point. Or say, CSI is any pe we yako. Bawumia ne dene ko ya, you losing all the seats. Bawumia ne dene ko ya, you losing a record they been see Ghana politics muda. Inti Jimmy Crass saying and Sanfa Bawumia anko. We also say it didn't attempt. And one of the spokespersons for Bawumia, we see, and then who a young man, small baby, you saw Kasama MPP, you saw a lawyer, small baby, I can take care of him. Now, Okasa didi ba a Kennedy Agyapong attempt say hey because of politics. Some small boy, I don't know his name. Small boy also a lawyer with Nanoko Kobi, I saw one petition. Small boy be Osha on my memonete. Very small boy. Afutuo will say small boy. He's not even coherent. Onim de oka osa. Broken heart krebe onyebi. Osa. Because of politics in T. This small boy was sitting on GH1 or TV3 and trying to insult Kennedy. And I'm saying, how did we get here? This is a young man who even pulls a table before he sleeps. Or treat table and sana wada. Tim, do you know the name? I don't, you know me, I don't put MPP communicators on my show. Because they are not worth it. Some small boy be like that. What's his name? Some small boy be Afutuo said, small boy. This is a boy who is very weak-minded. Say a biniben no deal because of politics. The box is going roof for. And he's trying to insult Kennedy Agyapong. Adentra Okasama Bawumia. And I'm saying, now broken out crowd be that. And Obra Kennedy abo me somebody Kennedy atema because my Bob brat is Kennedy. Obra ma bono, it is the same as Kennedy. I have the right to even insult Kennedy Agyapong because me need dada. Now what small boy, me dada, Kennedy dada. Me a CEO, Kennedy a CEO. If I speak against Kennedy, I'm fit to do that. Now you, because of party politics. No man I have for girl be here. Let me show you this girl. Bawumia. She works for Bawumia. Now Sha Adibia Obiena no catch Kennedy. Jesus Christ. Your friend Dr. Ekuya Mwako. The doctor na say. Or your political activist, deputy spokesperson for Bawumia. Now, or say Kennedy Agyapong's logic. Hey, politics, MP. And these are the people Bawumia is funding. These are the people are MPP for no more by heart. Until now, they feel say they can just insult Kennedy because you perceive Bawumia lead the party. You kufu oh, just say this girl, Kennedy house girl, crampo who for chain girl we. Opa me any Photoshop any BB and any image now. I saw chain. Or say. Kennedy Agyapong's logic has always been faulty. Jesus Christ. What you say? He said he rants more than he reasons. Or see Kennedy Agyapong logic, it has always been faulty. Or see Kennedy, a junior ede general. Sebio na general bibi. Aka na general na general. Sebio enye juma. Yakaza car way or 40 ya. O boss one bibia say wom. Or see sa a jini ɛne adwene mu ntini a yɛde dwene ɛmɛka sɛ wadi oyɛ nipa na ɔnya aboa no ɔse Kennedy deɛ no ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔnya nipa na ɔyɛ aboa na adwene nsisi so yɛka sɛ faulty ɔse Kennedy Agyapong's logic wadwene mu ntini ɛho te a ɛne yɛka sɛ o logic ne nyɛ adwuma ɛyɛ faulty girl we bie na no ka kyɛ Kennedy Agyapong sɛ na adwene mu ntini ne nyɛ adwuma ne logic no ɛngyina so Sebio ɛho atokyema ɛne friend say yɛka sɛ biribi yɛ faulty girl we no obie na no ka kyɛ Kennedy ɛna ɔse he rants ɔse ɔkasa jejejejejeje na no nsuo he rants more than he reasons ɔse na no jejejejeje ɔkasa ansana na adwene ayɛ adwuma ɔse na no kasa yɛ tan onim nyansa yɛ de kasa inti kasa firi no mu ba ansana wadwene inti ɔpɛsɛ ɔkyerɛ sɛ Kennedy agimi to the point sɛ de be firi no mu aba no ɔndwene ho wakan wie no ansana wadwene inti Kennedy yakwasea wei MPP ni ba ɔyɛ dwuma ma ba omia ɔyɛ kasamafo ma ba omia wakyerɛ ne brɔfo nti odwen sɛ ɛda fam enimtia a ɔmudi bu Kennedy no ɛne na man yɛ me ya as an MPP former MPP person I'm still part of it. And sometimes we better be like, Kevin Taylor or your campaign about Kennedy. Makacham said the MPP will stay in opposition for 42 years. It does not matter who represents the MPP. But the issue here is, how can we allow such young people in the party? Girl, when the draws, yes, saying, obey a doctor, da bang. Jantra or starting in a bang to look at Kennedy and tell Ghana Funina on Twitter, say Kennedy a Jimmy Four. Okasa ansana wadwene na adwene mu nsipi wei na Kennedy wafa mafa krama kra wei onfa ne nda. So how did we get here? How can the party come this low? All because I was a Baumia be a flag bearer. Fine, we know you are going to rake but at least show some respect. O your bar we kwa kofene to say bearman fa ne bearman shede to na ogina ho kan sam wei. Then we sit and we think this is normal. Yes, cinema made na school, ne papa na school. Na aketesia we ne to krodo so de nam krom say me a doctor. Such a dirty riffraff. The despicableness of this. And today, ye ni be a friend abawa, obi bie ne num kasa I say bini gunenum. All because of politics. Because bawomiana ne yere e yuzimo. What is this? Sani ye party no. What kind of disrespect is this? Aden it's about me and the flag bearer. Now, people like you put a man like Kennedy there, and then because of politics, Jack,